Mhm.
Okay, so we are live. So good morning here from the UK. It's thankfully a very, very sunny day, unlike the weather that it's been in the past couple of days here in the UK. So it's nice and sunny. The sun's out, and it's another beautiful day, and it's another time for a live session on my page. So today I have a very special guest all the way from Adelaide, Australia, and she's a mom. She's in the finance background, and she's been very kind to share her insights about the business. And so, just before we start, I'll just tell a bit about myself because it usually goes in both of our pages. And uh, Tanzina's page, people wouldn't know probably who I am. So, a little bit of a background about myself. My name's Dr. Susie Jacob. I'm a general practitioner here in the UK by background, and I live here with my husband, who's a private chef by background, but now he's retired or semi-retired, I have to say, and with our teenage daughter. I've been now successfully doing this business for the last couple of years, and thanks to the business is one of the reasons why my husband was able to retire, and I've been able to cut down from working 6 days a week to now about 3.5 days a week. So it's not just the financial benefits that this business has brought into our family, but it's also made us time for each other, for as a family, and spend time, go on holidays and things, which while we both were working full time, we found it quite challenging. So it's been amazing journey of personal growth and financial growth, and also having fantastic time with family and friends. So without further ado, I will pass it on to Tanzina. Oh, and hi, Tanzina. How are you doing?
Yeah, great. Thank you. How are you, Sister Susie?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for accepting my invite to come and talk to our audience about our lovely business.
Thanks for the opportunity and thanks for inviting me to your show.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, Tanzina, just for the benefit of our audience, if you can tell a bit about your background and how did you, come across this business, or why did you start the business, really?
Thank you. So, my name is Tanzina. I'm talking to you from Adelaide, Australia. And I've been living in Adelaide for the last 8 years as a Bangladeshi born Australian immigrant. Now I'm a citizen here. And I'm working for the Australian government. I have finance and customer service background. I'm also a mom, working mom. So I have an adult son and I am a proud digital business owner. So this digital business has given me lots of things like the sister Susie has already mentioned about hers. So uh, when primarily I started this business because when um, I bought my house after the COVID. Then the interest rate was rising, so I was worried because I had planned something to repay my house in one way within certain years, but then the interest rate suddenly started rising and things went out of my hand. So I was looking for an extra income source. I had my 9 to 5 job, I still have, but I was finding it difficult to repay my loan with my 9 to 5 job income. And that's when I heard about the online businesses going around the world in internet. So I was curious and I searched and but I tried many of the businesses, but then I most of them I ended up like doing nothing because there wasn't any guidance. But luckily I resumed my search and I found this one that we are going to talk about today. So it is a wonderful business. It has a wonderful business model, and I really liked it. And I'm doing it successfully for nearly last 1 year. So that's my story, and hope you like it.
That's a
Okay.
very, very inspiring story, really. So, because when I bring people in, they actually say a lot of different stories. A lot of people, I think, COVID actually changed what, people's perspective, about finances, and mostly about life itself. We started valuing life more, and we came to realize that life is quite fragile, and you'd never know. You'd think you are a healthy individual, having plans all made for the next 20 years, 25 years, and you're like, yeah, life is invincible. And then a small virus can disrupt the whole world, and a lot of people who you thought are healthy individuals actually died.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is a very, very sad. And I think that's when people realize that, I was at one point, I thought the only way to work and earn and have a good life is to really work hard, do a professional course, be dedicated, hardworking, and committed, which I am still. But the thing is, it was taking me away from my family. And that meant like I'm making money, but, not having the time, energy, or the actual mindset to actually enjoy the holiday. I remember going on holidays when I did, and then worrying about the amount of work when I get back I have to do. And you spend your holiday thinking about that. And I understood from COVID that we have only today. Today is only what's guaranteed to us. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow to any of us, isn't it? And it was important then I realized to enjoy every day. And the work I was doing, I was not enjoying every day. I was enjoying for some time in the future, probably a retirement or probably a holiday, and working hard towards that. But then, what if something like COVID happens or something, a life event happens, and you can't enjoy that? Then you wasted all your life working without actually enjoying life. And I thought that, from me, I looked at my life and felt that's so pitiable. Really. I felt pity on myself that that was the life I was living. And that's what mindset shift. And I was like you, I also tried other things. And I wouldn't say like it didn't work out, but you have to find something that fits your lifestyle. So I remembered going into property, and I did, and did make money in property. But it was me taking annual leave from work, going to view the properties, or relying on other people. And then I was like, well, it's like doing another work. I take annual leave from my one work to do this thing, and then I don't have annual leave to go on a holiday. So there wasn't any flexibility, which is what our platform offers, isn't it? It's 24/7. You decide when to work, you decide the hours to work, which is not like when you do things like property, which is another lucrative thing when you go and do property and deals and things like that. But that's more like when the realtors or estate agents are open. There is, even if you go for, if you're doing like my dad does, trading. So again, for trading, there's this time. So at the end of the day, when you have to trade, I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say, you're in a finance background, isn't it? And that's
Yes.
the crucial time. I might be working that time to be actually looking at it. Of course you can hire someone to do it for you, but I looked into that also, and I realized the person I was talking to, he had two kids who were going to private school just doing this and asking me a hefty lot of money just to do this for me. And I was thinking, well, I can't afford to even put my daughter in private school while he's doing something like that from just the money that he's earning from earning from clients. And still we earn a bit only. So I was like, no, I want to be in control of my future, and I feel this is a system where I could do that. And yeah, and it's been amazing so far. um, so why do you think, actually, we have obviously touched upon a bit of plans. People think, oh, this high side hustle is to, it's a luxury item kind of thing. It's to kind of fund your luxurious lifestyle. But is that the case really? Why? And if not, why isn't it a luxury and it is a necessity?
So you're talking about having a plan B?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very relevant question in today's world. So yeah, it is essential to have a plan B for several reasons that I have seen over the years. So, first of all, life is unpredictable. Like we have seen the recessions coming, the ups and downs in the economy, and also whatever we plan, things don't always go as planned. So, having a backup plan or plan B ensures that you're prepared for unexpected things and unexpected changes and challenges. So, like you have your 9 to 5 job, but if for some reason, don't think about COVID, think about your personal reasons. You could have a some, you could get sick, you could have some kind of disability coming. There could be unexpected events in the family, or somebody could die, or many things can happen. So for these unpredictable things, you always, of course, should have a plan B. Then relying on only one plan increases the risk of failure. So a backup plan reduces this risk, and by providing an alternative route to achieve your goals. So risk mitigation is the second thing that I would consider. Then, of course, the flexibility. So plan B can give you flexibility. Like you were talking about trading, you were talking about getting the annual leaves to do the property business. But if this business that we are doing right now, this is also a plan B, and it is giving us flexibility. Like we can do it at our chosen time, we can do it with our 9 to 5 job. We don't have to give up our 9 to 5 job. We can customize this business and fit it into our lifestyle. So plan B also gives us flexibility. So we should consider plan B for flexibility as well. And of course, something that doesn't have this flexibility shouldn't be considered as a plan B. That's my opinion,
Yeah.
personal opinion. Then comes peace of mind. So even if you consider that something wrong doesn't happen, everything goes smooth, life goes smooth, still you should have a plan B as a safety net. That's a peace of mind. So you know that you are ready to face the unknown, unexpected all the time. And that gives you peace of mind, and that can also relieve your anxiety, stress, and give help you have a good health also. Because somebody who's stressing all the time, who's just mm, worrying about things, can get heart disease or something like that,
Yeah.
chronic illness. And also learning and growth. So sometimes plan B turns out to be better than plan A.
Yeah.
So it can encourage creativity, resilience, and also personal growth. Like while I started doing this business, I noticed that in my personal life I have had lots of values added. So I can speak up, I can do public speaking like I'm doing today. I can communicate with people all over the world. I'm not shy, I'm not scared. So, learning and growth is another benefit that you can have
Yeah.
by doing something very, very productive for as a plan B. And also the contingency, I have already covered that point. So, plan B can add many things to your life, can make your life resourceful, enrich your life, in one word if I want to describe it. So plan B is very, very important.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved your answer. And you've been really, really thorough actually about it being a contingency plan and then also the creativity part and the flexibility it offers. And if you go for a side hustle that doesn't offer flexibility, it's not really a side hustle that's bringing in, because then it's like that's what I felt. I was trading from one job to another, and that's what you don't need from a side hustle. A side hustle is what you do maybe an hour a day in your spare time, and that being flexible, because we have people who are doctors, nurses, shift workers doing this. Now if it was something like a property where you have to go, you can't go and do that in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
A lot of our, there are doctors in my teams and nurses, and they do shift work. And when they have a break for an hour in the night, during their break, instead of aimlessly scrolling through social media, what they do is they work on the business. They, if there are, because we are a global business, there might be someone asking a question or something
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock in the morning. And or there might be a question that started about a few hours ago, and you can spend that time answering those questions or making those creative posts and things like that. And like what you said, I'm not a very, very creative person. I don't think I am. I feel my husband and my daughter are much more creative than me. But this platform has helped me to become creative. And that it has taught me that even if you are not born, like some people are born a bit more creative, like for instance, my family members, but it's something it's a kind of mindset shift that I've had. Like, if you're not, you can always learn, and you can learn from people, and once you start doing something, you'll get better on it. And that's the fact of life. So, and you don't need to know, like most people coming into this business have no business background, have no business degree, and they are making like millions. Some of them are making millions out of this. And this is not a get quick rich scheme. You get awarded by the amount of effort that you put in. Now, working an hour a day, you can't expect to get a million. Those people might be putting in even 10 hours a day to get that kind of money. And but you will be proportionately rewarded. For me, the proportional reward is actually being paid more than what I earn in my day job. So that is proportionate for me, by spending an hour a day, or even sometimes there are months where I get twice as much as I earn, as a general practitioner. But that's proportionate to the amount of effort I put in. And that's my choice, because I still want to work, like what you say. I want to work in my job also a bit. I'm not there yet where I want to give up my being a doctor and do this full time. Maybe in the future, but I'm not there yet. And then for me, I have built a platform so that if something was to happen, life happens, circumstances changes, then I have a platform which doesn't require a lot of my time and effort. And then I can even, scale back on my hours and focus on this rather than spending like 36 hours. If I spend 7 hours, if I'm able to earn as much as what I earn as a general practitioner, if I spend double of that, I will earn 2 or 3 times of that. And if circumstances in my life go down that route, I have a plan. Isn't it? And that is the thing. People don't realize you can get ill anytime. An accident, you cross the road, an accident happens, that's it. You can't work for the rest of your life. Okay, you might have an insurance at work that will probably pay off as much as you earn, or usually it won't pay off the whole amount. It's about two-thirds of what you earn. But with
Yeah.
inflation, will you be able to live with that money? And even pension, you just, like the top pensions, if you work 40 to 50 hours a week for 40 years, you get only 40% of your lifetime income. You think that is enough to live as a pensioner comfortably? Or or will you be starting, because we live in two sides, near the north and south pole, if you can put it that way, closer to the pole, so we can have harsh winters. And are you going to think about, no, I'm not going to put the heating today, and that is, for us living in these sort of countries, it's a basic necessity. It's a basic
Yeah.
essential need. It's not luxury having to have the
Yeah.
heating put on for us. Yeah. But
It
are
didn't.
we
Yeah.
going to be in a state where we think, oh, no, no, that's too expensive? I mean, we won't put on the heating today and things like that. And I don't want to be in that sort of things, because I think from what pension I'm going to get is, if at all, if I live meager, I might be just able to cover my daily expenses. But I worked so hard so that I can enjoy life, go on holidays and things like that when I'm a bit older. And that's not going to happen just relying on your
Yeah.
state pension or your private pensions.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. I'm sure you in the financial field know exactly what I'm saying, isn't it? When you have,
Yeah.
you're like, no, I can't see that happening at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And so, obviously, when you become from an employer to an employee, it's a big mindset shift. What
yeah.
helped you to come to that? Because it's very hard. It took me years, actually. It took me a year to jump from an employer to employee to start some kind of side hustle, actually. So,
Okay.
what helped you, and what can help our audience to have this kind of shift?
Yeah, so the some points I would like to mention here as well, because if I discuss uh, as per the points that I'm thinking about, it would be easier for the audience to understand. So first of all, it's the risk tolerance. So when we are acting as an employee doing the job for someone else, then we like stability and security. Like we have a steady income, we have a salary, we get promotions, etc. But when we are a business person, we are an entrepreneur, then we become more comfortable with taking risks. So it's like I can take my own risk. If I want to, if I am working for a boss, I am only allowed to take a limited level degree of risk. So employer dictates, okay, you go this far, don't go further, like this. But in your own business, when you are the business owner, then you have the freedom to choose your risk level, to customize it, to adjust it as per your risk tolerance. Okay, I want to increase my activity in the business, I want to grow my business, I can take this risk. You are ready to take that risk, so that when you hate that, okay, I'm working for another person but I'm not, I can take more risk, I can do better things, why don't they let me? So in your own business you can do that. So it is the risk tolerance that can attract you towards the business when you are like a person who loves taking risk and grow as well. Then, and you know that by taking risk you can get more rewards. But for an employer, if you take risk, it will benefit the employer, not you. It's not going to increase your salary,
Yeah.
it's not going to increase your income, it's going to grow your employer's business. So why not take the risk for your own business? So that gives you obviously the freedom to make decision. So people who are kind of um, like free love freedom, they don't want other people to dictate them, they can do well by becoming a business owner. So if you are a person like that, you should start your own business, and this business is going to teach you many things and also give you returns. And also then you can customize the business, you can plus or minus activities or hours. And also the motivation, okay, this business will be a legacy for me, for my next generation. Okay, I can build this business, I can take risk, I can invest time, effort and money, and I can build my own asset. But if I do the same for the employer, then that is going to build his empire, not mine. What do I get at the end of the day? I get a thank you, a good employee appreciation award, maybe, and a salary increase like, okay, 5%, 10%, whatever. So, this is what motivates you to become, to shift from an employee to a business owner. And this business becomes your baby, like you have to bring it up like your own child, you have to take care, you have to nourish the business and grow it for your own safety for your own interest, your own as your own asset. And then also you can apply many strategies. You can earn things, learn and earn. You can learn many strategies. Okay, how to what are the other people doing, can I do that in my business? You have the scope to become creative. You are your own boss. You your own boss. You can uh, grow the business as per your vision. So, and also learn many things and get the return side by side. So these are the things that I thought about when I decided to become a business owner from an employee. And also, the last thing that I would like to mention, that's the most important thing, is the mindset towards failure. So, in when you are an employee, you think about, okay, I don't want to fail. I don't want to take risk. Okay, I will work within my employer's limit, whatever they have set for me, and it may lead to disappointment for the employer if I fail. Okay, it's going to damage my reputation. The people who are thinking about the job like this, okay, uh, okay, it's fine. I am not accountable for all the things in the business. I'm just doing my work. If I'm doing my work well, I'm getting the salary and that's done. I'm getting the promotion, that's done. So you are not being creative, you are not taking any risk to fail. So you are safe, you are in your comfort zone. But in when you are a business owner, you see failure as a learning experience, you see it as a challenge and an opportunity for growth. So you embrace failure as a natural part of the entrepreneurial journey and learn from your mistakes. So these when you feel that you are ready for this, then you can take the shift. You can make the shift from employee to employer, employee to business owner field. That's what I did for myself. And if when you are watching our live session today, if somebody is thinking about these things deeply and agreeing with us, then I would definitely ask them to join the business as soon as possible and become a successful business owner.
Loved your answer. Loved it absolutely. And you made it like point based things like that. So it was wonderful. And yes, there is it's the mind shift saying that it's the failure is a stepping stone to success. And the quicker you fail, the sooner you get to your destination. And these are the sort of things that's not taught in school. In school, getting things wrong is considered as bad, but actually getting things wrong is a learning curve to
Yeah.
then say, okay, I shouldn't be doing this way, I should be doing it this way, or let me try some other way. And the other thing to add to your point is, I think it's seeing the world today, like actually being in just a job is the biggest risk today. Why? Because at any time you can be laid off. Anytime. Unfortunately, in my company, earlier this year, some 250 employees were laid off, doctors and other people. And last week, another 200 were laid off.
Wow.
Yeah. Then that's the thing. You think you have, and what is your backup if that happens? Or even
Mm,
now in the NHS, there's a lot of problems with money and funding doctors and all, doctors not getting jobs, not enough jobs, and it going to cheap allied professionals and things like that. You'd probably see a nurse rather than a doctor and things like that. And so you're not going to get the job. So what is your backup plan? Are you going to stick to medicine? And and medicine is a profession where people thought you'll always have a job. But the world is
mm,
different now with AI, cheaper ways of doing things, robots and things like that. No job is safe. No job is safe. And
yeah.
having the awareness of that itself will help you make that mind shift, isn't it? So Tanzina, it's been a lovely, lovely time with you, and you've given us so many, from your finance background. Because a lot of times I get people with medical background, and we kind of say the same thing, but you brought a different twist to it because of your
Thank
background. So
you.
I really, really thank you for that. So, any last words about, to our audience today before we wrap up?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So before we wrap up, of course, there is a last word. So it's like I would like to tell you, I would like to be back to my story. I was also a fence sitter before starting this business. About 3 months, I was watching, and going through the pages and being a fence sitter. Okay, I had registered with my mentor. My mentor's page was there. I saw his ad and I contacted. Then I registered. But I was always thinking, okay, is this a legit business? I was scared of scams because I have already told you about scams that I had. So I was also scared about this business. So I was thinking, okay, is it going to be another scam? And also, even if it is not a scam, if my close ones find out that I'm going to start a business, what are they going to tell me? What are they going to think about me? So I was hesitant, and I was doing lots and lots of analysis, but that wasn't needed. Now I realize that wasn't needed because in our business, there is a wonderful opportunity of like 30 days money back policy when you pay the membership fee 149 US dollars to become to join the business in the first place. Then you get this, you pay this 149 US dollar, and there is a 30-day money back guarantee. You, when you pay this membership fee, you get to see the core business information, and if you don't like it, then you tell your mentor that I don't like the business and I want my money back, and within 30 days they give your money back. There wasn't this type of any opportunity in all the other businesses that I had tried. So I should have noticed, I should have recognized this wonderful feature, and this should have eliminated all my doubts. But I don't know what happened with me. But then I thought one day I thought about something different. Like I thought, okay, why am I going through all these thoughts? Because I have taken the biggest risk of my life when I was migrating from my home country to another country with a different culture, with a different economy, different language, everything different. When I made this decision for migration with the family, then I took the biggest risk of my life. And in that risk, I didn't do these all these analysis. I didn't do. I just my sister was living here, so I had just a small discussion with her and my husband, and then it was done. Let's go. It was like that. But why, that was the biggest risk of my life. Now I realize. So I compared this to the business, and I thought, okay, now this gives me strength, this gives me determination. Okay, I should go for it. There is a 30-day refund policy. I should take that opportunity, and I took the right decision. So, the people who are watching our live session today and who are thinking about becoming the next business owner, digital business owner, should think like me, should consider their situation and compare, okay, how many risks have I taken in my life? In which sectors? Okay, yeah, I came out successful in all those sectors. So why am I scared? I shouldn't be scared because this business, I am telling you guys, of course, this business is a one stop shop. So it offers you everything in one place. Like it offers you the product, the training, the guidance, the earnings, the automation, everything in one place. And also it comes with the 30-day money back policy. So you shouldn't go through these analysis paralysis and take the leap of faith and join the business. The mentors and coaches are there to help you. The community is there. So don't waste your time. Take the right decision today. Join us, contact with us, and ask us questions. If you still have doubts, we are there to clear your doubt. So let's do it together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what a wonderful way to wrap up. So, like what Tanzina says, wherever you're watching, whether it's in Tanzina's page or my page, please reach out. If you have any questions about the business, please reach out, and we are more than happy to handhold you and guide you through the process. And at the end of the day, there's nothing to lose. In those 30 days, you will get to learn a business model and then make a decision for yourself. Is it something you would like to do or not? But what you shouldn't be doing, from what we've discussed today, is status quo, not doing anything, following, following the 9 to 5 grind, unhappy with your life. Because if you don't make a change, there's not going to be a change. So you need to make that change. Will you make mistakes on the way? Yes, of course you will. We have all done. Even in this business, when we are doing something, unless you test and fail, you wouldn't know what works and what doesn't work. So, and that's the same with a job also. What's the same when you were studying also? You made mistakes, you were marked as wrong, and then you learned and you moved on. So that's exactly what you need to do when you learn something new. So reach out to us. Once again, Tanzina, thank you so much. And I wish you all the very best in your business, and God speed and God's blessing upon you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, Susie. Thank you. Thanks for the best wishes. Thanks to our audience who joined us in our live session today.
All right. Thank you then. Bye for now.
Bye.